Mm. Hello. So today is, let me check. Sunday, 26th of November 2023, 4:57 a.m. So yeah. Yesterday's Rucking was awesome. Well, it was awesome at the end. Initially though, I started rucking around 5:50, so around 6. I went from here. It was 7. So it was supposed to be 12 kg because I have a 10 kg kettlebell, and the bag itself weighs around 1.2 kg plus my jacket and everything included, and plus my small other stuff I'm carrying, my flashlight and all those stuff, so keys and everything. So it comes close to like 2 kg total with the bag. So that's a 12 kg. But yesterday I carried like 2 water bottles, and one was like an insulation flask. So it way more than how much water it was carrying. So the weight actually came up to 14.2. So just the bag, 14.2. The kettlebell and the other stuff I was carrying 14.2, and then including my jacket and things I was wearing. So it came to 14.5. So I was initially a bit worried because it probably got too heavy, but well, it worked out fine. The first hour was okay. The second hour, it felt uncomfortable. My shoulders, especially around the back of your shoulders, right behind the back, the wings part, that part hurt like crazy. So it started to ache around the 2-hour mark, and then the third hour was that was the worst. It was painful, not like painful, but it was aching like crazy, and I just wanted to take off my bag, just lie down and stuff. So third hour was like pure torture. But on the fourth hour, like I bear to the pain so long that it went numb. My shoulders went numb slightly. So I was used to the pain, I guess, the ache. And around the last half an hour when I was making my way back home from the park, it felt awesome. Like, because last weekend, I did my first long walk, a weighted long walk, and it was about 4 hours with a 7 kg bag. And now this week, yesterday, I did 4.5 hours with a 14.5 kg bag. So it's a huge, massive improvement. I doubled my weight, and by the end of it, I didn't feel so bad. Like, because right after walking, I came back, relaxed a bit, had my meals, had my protein and stuff, and then later in the evening, I was still feeling I recovered enough to do my pull-up session. So yeah, and the pull-up session felt decently easy. So usual effort. So I guess my body is getting stronger, which is good stuff. So I'm getting used to this shit. So that's my report on yesterday. Also, yesterday I was listening to Jordan Peterson and what was his name again? Stephen Bartlett on Diary of a CEO. That podcast, I love that podcast, and I feel like just on hearing, as in like the voice quality and accent and everything included, Steven might be my current favorite. Like, I do like Chris as well, his setup and everything, and he does a good job at it. But Steven, like, he at least it's just based on like the voice quality and accent and stuff. Steven is just cool, man. I do want to like sound like him a bit. Maybe I should learn his accent, practice, get familiar with it. That's probably something I need to. Yeah, I could probably practice it here around this time during my. This is, after all, my speech confidence practice session. So I probably should look it up. Maybe record his talking and then try to imitate it and practice it, and I'll probably gain a bit from his accent and stuff and the way he fluctuates his voice to stress things and to highlight stuff. That would probably be helpful. So yeah, so back to Jordan Peterson. I already made videos on this, so Jordan Peterson, Jocko Willink, David Goggins, these three people, they have made a pretty huge impact on my life, especially Jordan Peterson and David Goggins, because what happened was, like, initially when I started my self-improvement journey 2 years back, so when I was just 28, now I'm 30, so 28, 2 years back, almost 2 years back, yeah. So around the time, I came across Jordan Peterson. I believe it was his interview on that BBC interview. I believe it was BBC, yeah, that interview. It went viral for obvious reasons, and I saw it. I came across it maybe because of reaction videos and stuff. So, and I started checking out more of his content. More of his content got recommended on my feeds on YouTube. So, and one line hit me, one line got me, and that was like, as miserable as you are, carry a weight so that as miserable as you are, you can tell yourself that you can still carry that weight from here to there, you know. So that was like, I was at a very bad place back then, and my whole situation was crumbling around me. My life was crumbling around me. I had made a few mistakes. I had regrets. My studies weren't going well. My career path was blurry as hell. And then I wasn't exactly in a good relationship. Like, it wasn't like bad. There was nothing bad about it. It's just normal stuff. But like, I did see the signs of a dark future basically in my relationships as well. So, and my fitness was fucked up. I gained a lot of weight in Bangalore, and I weighed close to 80 kg, which is the heaviest I've ever been my whole life. So it was physically, mentally, emotionally, professionally, every aspect of my life was going bad, and I didn't know how to fix it. I didn't know the biggest issue probably was I didn't know where to start, and that made me feel suffocated. That made me feel cornered. And around that time, I heard, Jordan Peterson saying those words like that, and that really gave me like a very simple solution to my issue. Just carry a weight, like just pick a weight, and his whole he says that a lot. On the same logic, like start where you can, start small, like pick a weight, and also his famous, I guess, or infamous, like fix your bed, clean your room, that stuff. So that stuff, maybe during normal times, I'm like, yeah, whatever. But at exactly around the time when I didn't know where to start, that was amazing because it gave me like such a simple solution. You know what? Just do it. Don't think about the future. Don't think about the huge stuff. Just start where you can. And I started where I could at that time. And because it was the only thought in my mind, okay, this is something I can easily do. Let's just start with this. Let's just try doing what he says and see what happens, right? So plus I also wanted to do something, to start making some movement in my life, and that was the easiest thing I could do back then. Plus I also just had a cataract surgery back then, and my vision was completely blurry. I couldn't even go out, interact with people and stuff. So I was stuck in my room for the most part, in my house, and then just, it was very bad. I was in basically a complete rehab where I just ate, slept, and listened to music a bit, but I could not see things clearly. I could not watch anything either, so it was pretty bad. So I barely managed to use my computer as well. And around that time, I that line helped me. I started where I could. I actually started first fixing my bed, cleaning my bed in the morning, cleaning my room. I started rearranging my room multiple times. In the first few months, I rearranged it a lot. Tried to basically streamline everything around me properly so that I am more in tune with what things I want to do. So like, I wanted to learn music, then I'll put the piano, the keyboard, right in my room, right in front of my bed, and stuff like that. So that kind of systematically organizing everything at the right place. So I started with that, and about a few months into it, like around 2 months or the third month, I heard, like, I started getting into David Goggins because of this. They are kind of recommended together for the most times. If you watch one of them, the others are recommended. So came across David Goggins, and it was the right moment because I needed, for that starting spark, Jordan Peterson was truly the right one because he had that philosophy of like start where you can and start really small, like fixing a bed and stuff, basic stuff. And that got me started, that got me confident. Okay, at least I can do this, After that, I came across David Goggins, and he's like, go hard, stay hard, go get out and do something uncomfortable. So it was exactly the right time. If I came across David Goggins first, it probably would have been very hard for me to get to it because I didn't have nothing. I didn't know. I was confused and everything, and it would have been, the transition would have been too harsh for my mental state back then. But right after Jordan Peterson's, effect, I gained a bit of confidence by doing normal daily stuff, and then David Goggins came right in when I wanted to do something more, or right when I was needing some drive to, use my newfound confidence a bit more crazy. I guess go crazy a bit. So I started running. It wasn't consistent running though. I just started. No, it wasn't even running for the most part. It was basically me doing stair climbings, a lot of stair climbings, walking in my rooftop and stuff. And yeah, around that similar time, I heard about, I think I heard it from Joe Rogan or one of the other podcasts. I actually heard about how Jocko, Willink, a, you know, a Marine, a retired Marine, I guess. He would wake up every day and do that. He would take a picture of his watch, the time he woke up, and post it on Instagram. And that gave me a very good idea. Oh, you know what? I should do that. That's something I can do. You know, I wake up, I wanted to set up my sleep schedule anyway. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should start, you know, doing that with my own family first. So we have a family group where we share stuff, and you know, we have something important to say, we do it. So I did just that. I started taking the pictures of my watch when I, so this is the watch. So this watch, this picture, I will take a picture of the watch and post it on my family group. And then I started doing that with my friends. I made a challenge with them that if I am late, you know, I will pay them $300. So it was like an extra challenge I put myself through, and I did that. I started doing that on an anonymous Instagram account I made, like things like that. So it all started with that. I was inspired by Jocko's habit, and that was the first like strong habit that I started doing very like regularly, almost every day. And I haven't missed. I've missed only once, properly missed, like because I was late, I forgot or something like that, and I paid up for that. And the other time I missed was probably, it wasn't even a miss, it was like at the exact same time I posted. It was 5:30 and I posted exactly at 5:30, but because of the uploading thing it became a bit late, if I remember correctly, 5:31 something. But you know, that didn't count because I did post at 5:30. So the only time I missed is once, and it's been more than 1.5 years now, close to 2 years. And yeah, it's been amazing for me. Of course, most times I'll just wake up, take a picture, post it, and then go back to bed, at least in the first few months. But over time it developed into a wake up habit where my body would naturally wake up. So now I'm doing that same thing. So that's how it is. So Jordan Peterson, then David Goggins, then Jocko Willink, and even among them, David Goggins is probably the one I can resonate the most because he's been through a bad, you know, he had a pretty fucked up life. Like obviously my family is not like his. My family is great. I had a good upbringing and family, but on the part where he struggled with like disability in learning and stuff, and I had issues with my vision issues. I had to deal with a disability as well, so that makes me resonate more with him. And also his message about, you know, going the extra mile as a lone wolf and all that stuff. So I'm not the shy. I was a shy kid. I was introvert, and my vision issues, yeah, kind of exaggerates the issue a bit. Socially, it makes me awkward. It makes me very self-conscious. So that's also one of the reasons I'm, you know, doing these videos like this, to work on that. It's still a work in progress. I'm way better now. It's not hard for me to go and talk to people and stuff, but it's still awkward. At least I feel I could do a lot better. I could be a lot more charismatic. I could be a lot more clear when I speak. So that's a work in progress. And because of those issues, I do resonate very much with David Goggins, and I do like running as well. So a lot of, I guess, endurance stuff, I do like that stuff. So yeah, so currently he is kind of my go-to when it comes to motivating myself and stuff, and he's a huge role model for me. And so yeah, all these people, like also Andrew Huberman, Stephen Bartlett does podcast, and Chris Williamson, like this, I guess it's 6 people now. So Jordan Peterson, David Goggins, Jocko Willink, Andrew Huberman, Stephen Bartlett, Chris Williamson. 6 people. These are the people I look up to a lot, and they inspire me on a daily basis. I listen to their podcasts and stuff. Andrew Huberman is amazing for all my life changes currently, the sleep schedule and everything. I started it because after I heard him say it, and he explains it in a very simple language. So normal people, like the average person like me, who doesn't have any medical background whatsoever, or knows about research material and stuff, can still understand it and implement it in our daily life. So it's amazing. You guys should listen to him. So yeah, that's it. So there's those 6 people I recommend fully, because I've followed their content for a while now. Especially because everyone has favorites. So my favorites: Jordan Peterson, David Goggins, Andrew Huberman. Those 3 especially, I can throw my weight behind them. So like they just, I basically I have a lot more agreements with them. I don't think there's anything I haven't agreed with them, actually, their logic and stuff, for the most part, 95%, that close. So yeah, I recommend. All 6 of them are amazing, but I have an extra liking, I guess, for Jordan, David, and Andrew Huberman, not Tate. Talking about Tate though, I have lots of disagreements with him. He exaggerates things a bit. I do have some agreements with some of the things he says, but most of the time, I think more than 60%, it's like, nah, it's a bit too much, too exaggerate, it's too much. He likes to do the whole red pill thing a bit too much. So yeah, not the best example to follow or role model, I guess. So alright, my throat is drying out as well. I haven't drunk my morning water yet. So that's it. So today's topic was my status report from yesterday, Rucking, 20 kilometer Rucking with a 14.5 kg bag for 4.5 hours, and on people I respect and are my role models. So there you go. All right, see ya.